Sidney Crosby, number 87, coming in at number 11 on our countdown for the first time in his career outside of the top 10. If, look, you played with the guy, you know him better than most. That would seem to be bulletin board material for Sidney Crosby coming into this season.
Yeah, a little bit like Michael Jordan saying, I took it
you
personal.
You doubt me? Okay,
I took
exactly.
it personal. I don't know. Hey, he's a competitor. He ain't going to say that out loud to people. But you don't think this will drive him a little bit? So you're welcome, Pittsburgh fans. We put him at 11 here. I probably would have had him higher. But when you look at the list, and we don't even know it yet, when you see the top 10, who's coming out?
That's the point.
This league is so good right now, but I'll say this. What he did last season, playing all 82 games, those numbers you see on your screen right there, that is the best season, I think, in NHL history for a player at 36 years of age. It was incredible what he's done.
Yeah.
The fact we're not talking about him as, he's one of the great ambassadors of the game. He's still no, he's still one of the best players in the world right now at his age.
And that's why you look at the AAV of the new contract extension that he just signed.
Stupid. I'd be so mad if I was other teams.
But isn't that Sidney Crosby to a T?
Yeah.
Leave a lot on the table. But what does the guy want most? Something he's already done. He's won 3 Stanley Cups. He wants that 4th, and this now allows that team to still have a chance of doing that, right?
Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise over the years, I know you've had different ownership, you've had different GMs, coaches, etc. They should be tickled pink that this guy's obsessed with his number, his birth date. Because I'll tell you what, there's been a hell of a lot of money left on the table over the years. And that's allowed this team to do what they've done. When you're talking about, and I know Tampa Bay, you go to Tampa Bay was in the finals in 15, and then they had the 3 straight finals, and then they have the back-to-back cups. Pittsburgh Penguins, they've been that model franchise since 87's burst on the scene, and he's been underpaid for a very, very, very long time. But that's how he wants it to be, because he wants to stay relatively competitive like that. Now, let's park that a second. They haven't made the playoffs the last 2 years. There's sleepless nights with Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
This guy lives and breathes winning in hockey. Not just playing, winning. So he takes this contract, allows them to be a little bit flexible. Kyle Dubas is trying to do what he can to try to take a mess and turn it into something. And we'll see what plays out here. But the one thing that I will always say, don't count the Pittsburgh Penguins out because they've got Sidney Crosby.
Yeah,
and he's given us no reason to.
They still have Crosby. They still have Malkin. They still have Chris Letang. They don't have Jake Gensel anymore. What are your expectations in Pittsburgh? Are they a playoff team this year?
A guy that's not on this list, when you're talking about one of the great players of our generation, Evgeny Malkin.
Yep.
That, to me, is where I put all this onus. And I don't want to sit here and put pressure on him. I'll say I played with him. I love Evgeny Malkin. I love what he brings. He's got this element to him. But just like Sid has adjusted his game over time, and he's still been at this very high level, it's time now for Evgeny Malkin to do the same. It's not about being measured in just points. What does the team need in this moment? That is going to be the big challenge of this team. Because Evgeny Malkin, we know he could be a point-a-game guy. That's what he does. Is he willing to maybe make the right decision at the right time of the game and not look for that next goal, that next point? He's only been measured one way in his career.
Yep.
It's time that I think that needs to change for the betterment of the team.
Evgeny Malkin not in the top 50. Is that something you disagree with?
I don't disagree with that right now.
Okay.
I think he's been hard on himself, and that's what I love about him. And I know we're talking about Sid here, but we're talking about the legacy of the big 3 in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
That's already been written. That's not going to change. But man, what a story it would be if Evgeny Malkin can just change his game a little bit.
Yeah.
Chris Letang could have a little bit of a bounce back year. This team could be a one to watch out for in the Metro.
All right, no fall off for 87. Sidney Crosby doing unbelievable things at the age of 36.